Okay, this is Kaiju-tastic Media, and today I'm doing the X Plus Toho Large Monster Series 25 centimeter Destroyah from the movie Godzilla vs. Destroyah. Alright, let's take a look at this figure. Look at this thing. Wow. Amazing. Spectacular. Look at this guy. Whoa. All right, let's take a look at the box artwork. I like to do this because it's so important, and I love talking about the summing up the box artwork. Okay, you can see the silhouette of Destroyah in that the similar pose that you see the figure, and then down here you can see the PX exclusive, and then the hold on, I got to take a closer look. Whoa! All right, this guy's pretty large. The 65 years of Godzilla tagline right there, where it says, and this is the PX exclusives, the PX previews exclusive right here, and then up here we have, of course, we have the tagline for the figure and the 25 centimeters written in Japanese, and it says here X Plus Garage Toys. So this is certified figure by Toho. And this figure is Kaiju-tastic, and this is Kaiju-tastic vinyl right here, as far as I'm concerned. All right, so okay, I'm going to talk about let's get to the figure review. All right, let's start off with the face. The face is truly gruesome and very screen accurate. Let's take it has like three tusks done in a dirty bone white color, as well as just a very gruesome looking set of teeth, expertly sculpted from X Plus. It looks just monstrous, and you can see his tongue. The tongue looks real. I like the way they kind of glazed the tongue a little bit to give it a very realistic. Let me see if I can get inside his mouth a little bit more. Yeah, you can see the inside. It looks amazing. The eyes are done in the usual from X Plus. They use like a plastic. They put it over to give it a very realistic profile. And the eyeballs of every figure that I have that is not a cyborg is 100% real. It looks real. And you can see the cracks inside it. The eyes are done in a very fire-like volcano-looking orange color. All right, and then right here, the horn is has a translucent profile with a yellow and light orange. All right, and the head has two huge, I don't know if this is his ears or two crest-looking crustacean massive horns coming out of each side of his head, and four sets of horns right here, including a bunch of spikes going down, of course, towards his back. And you can see he has two massive horns on the top of him. It's kind of like almost like gauntlets. He has a lot of armor plating, and let's take a look at down the neck. I always thought that this guy was more like a dragon from Game of Thrones, or He-Man and the Masters of the Universe, or a movie like actually Aliens, because some of his detail looks a lot like a xenomorph from Aliens. Because if you look at the neck, you see just tons of spikes and kind of like cracks, or I don't know what you would call those, really, or they look like scales. And down here you see the more armor plating. It's done in a very light orange and yellow, dirty profile. And the way it sounded, dirty profile. Whoops. Whoa. And right here you can see towards the crotch part, it has just a very xenomorph looking profile if you really take a look at it. Because if you watch Aliens, you could see that. You can see spikes and a lot of almost bone-like in profile, the way they're sculpted, and it looks amazing. And he's made up from crustacean, and he was conceived in the ocean from the oxygen destroyer from the first Godzilla from 1954, of course. All right, there's tons of detail, armor plating, including huge spikes. He has 3 toes. They're not toes actually; they're nails with that brownish, dirty bone paint job. And the same goes through most of the figure on the legs, and it looks amazing. It looks. This is probably the most. You can see more spikes right here. I'm pointing right here on top here. That it's the most detailed figure from X Plus because and let's take a look at his back, and you can see the armor plating, the spikes going down, and we'll take a look at his tail right now. And if you look at, if you guys remember the beginning of the film, this is what he looked like in the beginning of the film as just a small crab-like, almost crustacean organism before he actually grew into aggregate Destroyers. That's the Rick exclusive, which I don't have, of course. And let's take a look at the wings. The wings are done in a very, this is the back side, I'll turn them around again. The wings are done in a very bat-like profile with 2 spikes right here. It looks awesome. And let's take a look at, turn them around again. Get them from the side profile, looks awesome. All right, paint job. All right, paint job is done in a very dirty red color, and in some parts it's charcoal red, a burnt like color, because if you guys know, he's actually a product of the, most people know this, he's a product of the Oxygen Destroyer for Dr. Serizawa. So alright, so moving down here, and I'm looking at look over the figure. It looks he looks truly menacing, a truly awesome figure, and he's 25 centimeters, but he's larger than a usual 25 centimeter figure that's usually around right here, going towards his mouth, that size and diameter, usually like 10 inches. So he's around like 13 inches or something like that. So he's a pretty large 25 centimeter. When I put his tail on, his tail on was putting his tail on was pretty easy. Probably one of the easiest, that I've ever put on so far, compared to Anguirus and Godzilla 62, gigantic Godzilla 62. All right, so I'm just going to tell you guys just a little story, or a little sum up how I got it, how I was able to get this guy. So I guess 2 people canceled from Awesome Collector these orders, and Jason approached me about this figure as well as the Anguirus that he had, because I was looking for. I guess he's seen my list or something like that. So this guy's been on a payment plan for months. It was a long time coming to get this guy finally. So because it took a lot of, of course, payment plans. You don't have to pay full price, and that's pretty awesome. So all right, let's do some figure comparisons here. We're gonna do him with Mechagodzilla 1993, and look at, you guys can clearly see that Mechagodzilla towers over him. So Mechagodzilla's got to be around 14.5 inches. Or 15. And all right, let's put him. All right, I'm gonna put him to the side, and here he is, because I don't have any other Godzillas from X Plus, because I like more diversity with my collection at this time, and I'm not going to be purchasing any more of the Godzillas from X Plus, because I'm more about getting all the monsters, as opposed to just buying only Godzillas, which I'll do eventually one of these days. And just a note here, this is the, of course, the Godzilla 84, and I'm planning on getting the Rick exclusive Godzilla 84 from Yugi Sakai line, so that's pretty awesome. After that, I'm thinking about getting the Godzilla 1992 30 centimeter, so we'll see what happens. All right, and now let's compare him next to my largest figure from X Plus that I have right now. I have other large figures, of course, in my collection, but this is, alright, I'm going to have, grab him, a gigantic 62. Alright, let's get these two in the same frame. And look at the size of this guy. He's a big 25 centimeter figure. You know, there's a large 25 centimeter figures like the King Ghidorahs that X Plus has made. Those are all 25 centimeters, and they're pretty large as well. And he's probably one of the largest 25 centimeters. Oh, Biolante as well. She's 25 centimeters, but she's pretty massive. And I'll be owning her one of these days. So, as you can see, look at the size. Compare the gigantic next to a 25 centimeter figure. That's pretty big, man. If you really take a look at it from this point, you clearly tell how big this guy really is. And yeah, I do plan on getting a Burning Godzilla in a 30 centimeter pretty soon, one of these days. As well as it might be the Yugi Sakai, or I was thinking about the old 30 centimeter Burning Godzilla from X Plus. All right, my final thoughts on this figure on the Kaiju-tastic meter. This guy, I'm going to give this guy a 10.5 because he's probably the most detailed kaiju on the films. Really, I haven't really seen something this detailed. There's others, you know, like Destroyah and Kaiser Ghidorah and Monster X and so forth. And Hydra is actually probably one of the largest 30 centimeter figures I've ever seen. He might be taller than the Mecha Godzilla 1993, so you never know. But one of these days I'll be getting him as well. He's just a great addition to my growing collection, and especially right now with the coronavirus. I need to drink some water. The coronavirus, you know, I mean, I'm not planning on getting any more figures. If I get anything at all, it'll probably be for my nephew Angel. He's been asking for me for some mega size Godzilla figures, and I should be able to get my hands on those. So overall, the Toho series X Plus 25 centimeter Destroyah is a truly, in any collection, this guy he's definitely going to be a shelf hog because of the wingspan and just he has a long pincer like tail. So he's going to take up a lot of my shelf space. I'm making new shelf space right there, just over one of the beds. So, all right. Toho large monster series, 25 centimeter Destroyah is a amazing and kaiju-rific release from X Plus. He is kaiju-tastic, and we gotta remember to be careful with the Kaiju-tastic vinyl. This guy is. I hear a lot of stories about him coming out of the box with missing his head, not missing his head, but his head coming off and the wings coming off. So, but thankfully he came in mint condition, and I bought his box damaged. So I really didn't care as long as it has the box art, and I'm very satisfied. I'm very pleased with this purchase. All right, you guys. Let me know what you think about this review. I hope you guys like it. I'm kind of like, it's early in the morning, so I'm a little bit. Sometimes I'm too overly charismatic, or sometimes I'm just kind of under the weather because it's in the morning. I just had breakfast earlier. All right, you guys. I hope you guys are very safe because we got a pandemic on our hands, and luckily some of us have these hobbies to kind of get us our attention away from the outside world. And I hope you guys stay safe. I hope you guys are blessed. And don't forget to collect Kaiju-tastic vinyl. And once again, in the great words of Ken Watanabe, let them collect. All right, you guys. I'll see you soon. All right, bye.